Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. For some reason, as usual, my technology is misbehaving. Buenas tardes, good afternoon, happy Sunday. Welcome to Ask Dr. Lulu. Welcome to Suicide Awareness Moment. We're doing these every day for the next 30 days. I think it's been about, I don't know, 6 days. So, my name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. I'm a global speaker on youth suicide. I'm a parent coach, a teen self esteem advocate, a youth suicide advocate, you name it, whatever. I try to help parents understand their teens better, their kids better, so that we can put an end to this crazy suicide epidemic that is just like plaguing us, okay? So today the topic is, what if your teen said they hate you? Thank you all so much for joining in my daily question of the day / quote of the day, depending on how you want to look at it. It's been a big hit. Most parents have been obliging me and answering the questions. And today's question was no different. It's supposed to be thought stimulating. I'm getting all of my content from interacting with my son, believe it or not, okay? He did not say he hates me. However, last night while I was minding my business, after we watched the disappointing All-Star thing, I was rooting for the light-skinned guy. I forget his name already. I think last name was Gordon. I don't know. But anyway, I was rooting for him and then he got robbed, right? So after that, I looked at my phone, and then I saw a long text message from a teenager. So if you don't know this already, know that yesterday, or rather Valentine's Day, 2 days ago, I went to my son's high school and I taught the kids about teen dating violence. And just kind of what you all should know was the topic of the talk. And everybody had my cell phone, and I told them to, like I always say, call me if you need anything. Call me, call me, call me. So this teenage girl, she sent me a text message that literally broke my heart, okay? It broke my heart into tiny little pieces. She wrote about just everything that can break a mother's heart, is what she told me. But one phrase stuck with me. The phrase was, I hated my parents. I hated my parents, she said. And her story is that of, just a regular teenager, of course, like misunderstood, not validated by her parents, not feeling that she's being loved, not being spoken to like she should be spoken to, not being respected by her parents, whether you like it or not. We have all been teenagers. We have all been teenagers. And you need to check yourself when you start thinking that you know all that. Because when you were a teenager, you had one prayer and one prayer alone, for your parents to understand you, for your parents to know what you're thinking, know what you're feeling, hear your heart, hear your mind, hear your soul. As a teenager, you thought that. So your own teenager is no different. Okay, they're going to think that because that's what teenagers do. They're going through enough already with the hormonal changes. They're going through enough already with social media misunderstanding. They're going through enough already with being judged by everyone. You, the parent, the last frontier, the one person that should be the go-to person. Be very careful how you tread, because it takes just one or two words and you've said the wrong thing and it's over. So this little girl sent me the longest, most heartbreaking text message yesterday at 11 o'clock at night, okay? This is in the wake of the third, someone said fourth, but I know for a fact, the third teen suicide in San Antonio in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we've had 3 teen suicides that I know of. Someone else told me that there was a fourth one at the university of a 19-year-old, so possibly 4 in 2 weeks. This little girl went on to tell me how she always had some anxiety. She always had issues of just feeling like she was different. And at one point she was bullied, of course, right? And then her parents took her out of school and decided to homeschool her. She hated that. Then she ended up meeting someone who emotionally and physically blackmailed her and just treated her like crap, supposedly her boyfriend, right? And then she had a full-blown breakdown. She was put in a psychiatric hospital, and she said that was the worst time of her life. It was awful. It was terrible. She didn't learn anything. Same thing when they put a child in a psychiatric hospital because they're having a breakdown, because life is happening to them, and because no one has taken the time to ask them what happened. Remember what I say all the time. Statistics have shown that if a teenager has one single adult in her life or his life that he sees as a friend or she sees as a friend that gets them, suicide numbers are drastically cut down. I don't know the exact number, but the number of the adults is one single adult, trusting adult. One single person that they can say they know this person knows them or understands them. Suicide rate place. She felt like she was going to kill herself. She started cutting, and then when she started cutting, she said she promised her mother she was only going to do it that once, but for years she kept cutting. And to her, cutting was a go-to place. Cutting is a very complex thing. It's very difficult to explain for those who cut. A lot of them find it a good place to go, but a lot of times when they're cutting, really they just want to feel something. And this little girl says she felt numb. She felt like nobody got her. Nobody understood her. She wanted to kill herself. And she said she hated her parents because her parents didn't understand her. And when I put my question of the day today, thank you all for responding. Someone said she was going to... I'm not going to say it. Just scroll through my pages and read the comments. Know that when your child says they hate you, first thing is they really, really don't. At that moment, they don't know what to say. Vocabulary might be lacking. They might be stressed out. And you do not need to give them, yes, go ahead and hate me. No, because that is coming from a place of hurt. No child really truly hates their parents. And when you were a teenager, yes, you, when you were a teenager, there were times when you felt that you hated your parents as well. You may not have had the nerve to say it. I don't even know that she said it to her parents. I don't know, but she texted it to me. And I said at 11 o'clock at night, at 10:48 to be exact, she was having a conversation with someone that she felt she connected with. I have not been the best parent. I am a work in progress. But I'll tell you one thing. We ask for progress, not perfection. I'm asking you as a parent watching me right now to work on progress, not perfection. You have 3 seconds, usually, to tell your kid the right thing, or they're going to go outside and they're going to get the answers. You have 5 seconds to remember that when you were a teenager, you asked the same questions of your parents, whether you verbalized it or not. When you were a teenager, you struggle with the exact same thing. Teenagers have not changed. Teenagers will never change. Adults have changed. Adults have forgotten that they were teens once too. And now they're walking around thinking that they're all that. And when your child says the words, I hate my parents, or I hated my parents, know that it is coming from a place of confusion. It is coming from a place of, I don't know what else to say. But my mother should know. My mother should get me because she's been there. And that is true. That is a true statement. You have been a teen before. They, on the other hand, have never been teenagers before. And if you're watching me and you're one of those parents that want your teens to do what you're doing, for instance, as a Nigerian mom, yes, I'm going to say this, many a Nigerian parent wants their child to be doctors, in America anyway. People ask me all the time, how many of your kids are going to be doctors? Which of your kids are going to be doctors? Well, I have news for you. My kids are going to be what they choose to be. Because I know I had the exact same conversation with my own father when he wanted me to become a doctor. And I wanted me to, I wanted to become an architect. And my dad wanted me to become a pharmacist. Yes. And I had the conversation with him. And my father, bless his heart, my father was brave enough to allow me to follow my own path. Mistakes or none. My father said, okay, do as you think you will. He empowered me with those words and said, go forth and fulfill your destiny. And today I am fulfilling my destiny. And today I'm telling you, if you're one of those parents that think your kids must be doctors, your kids must be this, or your kids must be that, I have news for you. Did you do what your parents said you must do? 1. 2, are you happy doing it? Let us not fake, let us not lie, let us not pretend that kids have not been suffering for years. Parents forget that once upon a time you were a teenager too, and you only wanted one thing from your parents: Valley freaking Dation. Yesterday I went to my son's high school and I watched a video of a fashion show that was put up by a Nigerian girl, a Nigerian teenager. She put on a fashion show. She made the clothes herself, because that's what we do, Nigerians, we do that. Today, she was a promising student. Her teacher said to me, today her Nigerian parents and her are at loggerheads because her parents want her to become a doctor, but she wants to be a fashion designer. And I watched the fashion show and I was like, oh my God, she made those clothes? Her teacher said yes. But today she's at a community college because she does not want to be a doctor, and her parents want her to be a doctor. And today she doesn't even know what she wants to do. And when she kills herself tomorrow, her parents will say, oh my God, we did not know. Oh my God, she had all these things going for her. They might never even use their mouth to say the word, she killed herself. If you're a parent and you're watching me, if your child ever says, I hate my parents, do know that sometimes it's a lack of vocabulary, but many, many times it's because they really, really are hating what their parents are doing to them right now. That little girl that I'm talking about, who put on a fashion show last year, do you think right about now she's saying, I love my parents? Do you think that right about now she's saying, I love my parents? Not all doctors are happy. It's not for everyone. What if her parents expected she can provide doctors with the best fashion? That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Tonya. High five. Always my girl. Always keeping it real. I went to medical school on a dare because I wanted to be an architect. My dad said, no, be a pharmacist. I said, you know what? Instead of becoming a pharmacist, I'm going to go to med school. I would not use the word. She accepted my high five. Thank you, sweetie. I would not use the word hate ever, because with that conversation with my father, he made me realize that maybe architecture was not for me after all, because he gave me the reasons why. We had a conversation and he said, what about your cousin? She's a pharmacist. She's doing real well. I said, you know what? Rather than pharmacy, I'm going to go to med school. And he was, okay, let's see. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm so thankful to Jesus Christ, Allah, Muhammad, everybody, that I went to medical school, because I would not be doing what I'm doing right now. And even when I decided to make a pivot and stop being a regular traditional doctor, many doctors said to me, have you lost your doggone mind? I have not. And thank you, Jesus, the universe, Father, Abba, for letting me follow my dream. But that little girl who is an ultimate, I'm going to put the video, I'm going to find the video and I'm going to post it. I want you to watch the fashion show that was put on by a 17-year-old and tell me if that girl was not made for the stars. But her parents want her to go to medical school because her parents are thinking this much. How many of you watching me right now will honestly say that you did what your parents wanted you to do and you're happy doing it? As a teenager, you're already dealing with what you're dealing with. Please, I'm begging you, please, in the name of anything that you believe in, have a conversation with your teenager. If you so much hear that they say they don't like you, talk less of it, they hate you. It's not coming from a place of hatred. It will never come from a place of hatred. It comes from a place of confusion. Because they thought you were supposed to be their number one ally. And here you are, breaking their hearts in tiny little pieces. Yes, I agree. Their brains are still developing. All the more reason why you, whose brain has fully developed, will know better. Because their brains are still developing, they don't know it all. Yes, but sometimes you can serve me the best food. If it's on a dirty table, on a dirty plate, I'm not going to eat it. And so what I'm saying to you is, you might be doing the right thing. Your child might not accept it because of the way you are doing it, because of the way you're going about it. This is not an anti-parenting talk. This is a real parent who has made her own mistakes, who is now on the path of progression, who wants you guys to come along with me. Let's change the world. We have too many suicides. And that's what I told my wife now today, that my fourth book is going to be about you as a parent, your role in your child's suicide. When your child kills themselves, what was your role in it? What role did you play? When your child says they hate you, what role did you play in that phrase? Do they really hate you? Are they really truly confused, which is what I think? Okay? All right. I'm not sure what's happening on the other two pages, but I know my regular page is working. Tonya says, LOL, my mom hopes, what did she say? My mom hopes I would just get through high school. My mom hoped that I never even got conversations about my future. I think I would have rebelled. And that is true. That is true, Tonya, you're right. And that is honest. And thank you for your honesty and your vulnerability and trying to keep it real. And Anthony says, I recently talked to a doctor in his late 50s who told me his son graduated from medicine as his dad wanted him to. And with the degree in hand, he said, Dad, here's the degree you wanted. Now I'm going to do what I wanted to do, which is not to become a doctor, but a mathematician. Thank you. And you know what? If you don't know this guy, his name is, oh my God, he's a Nigerian guy. Falz, the bad guy. F-A-L-Z. Falz, the bad guy. That's his name. F-A-L-Z. Falz, the bad guy. Look him up. He is a classic example of that. His father wanted him to go to law school. So he went and became a lawyer, and he came back and gave the certificate to his father and said, here's the law degree. Now I'm going to become a comedian. Guess what? Falz the bad guy is one of the most successful comedians and actors that we have in Nigeria right now. But he did go to law school. He gave his father the law degree. But guess what? He said, now I'm going to go become what I want to become. And today his father is like, oh, my son, my famous, successful son. But once upon a time, he was asking him to go to law school. So parents, I'm asking you, I'm pleading. We have had 3 or maybe someone said 4 suicides in 2 weeks in San Antonio. This is not a good thing. This is a sign of pain. And it officially qualifies for a suicide cluster. A suicide cluster is defined as a high number of suicides for the particular geographic location for the particular time. San Antonio has never seen 4 suicides in 2 weeks before. And I cannot sit here and tell you that it's going to stop. I cannot sit here and tell you that it's going to stop. Hi, Monica. I cannot sit here and tell you it's going to stop because it has not been addressed, because they have been quiet, because nobody's saying anything about it, because people are looking the other way, because the kids are crying on the news that their principal has not said anything about it, that the child's name has not been mentioned in the school, that the kids have not gotten the help that they need. Silence kills, and talk saves lives. If you have ears, please listen. And by the way, just so you know, if you're watching me, please do me a favor and type in Dr. Lulu's Youth Suicide Prevention Summit. We're about to have one like that in October. I plead with you to please click on teenalive.com/summit and register, or better still, support a teenager. Is that the word? No, sponsor a teenager. It's only $100 per teen to get them t-shirts, to get them food, to get them pizza, the things that teenagers like. We're looking at 300 teenagers. That's a lot of people to feed. We're going to be there all day. We're having speakers. We need to bring the speakers in and hopefully maybe even pay the speakers. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I was born to do. What about you? As a parent, what about you? What have you done for your kids lately? What conversations are you having with your kids? What are you doing with your kids to help them move to the permanent site, right? The site where they're going to be well-rounded teenagers. My first book talks about raising well-rounded children. What have you done? What's your part have you played in ensuring that your child is going to come out well-rounded? My book is available on my website and on Amazon. And thank you to all those who have bought it already. And if you don't know yet, I have another book. Boom! It's called A Teen's Life. It discusses suicide in its, true colors. Because teenagers that are happy do not kill themselves. As simple as that. And if you don't believe me, ask your mama, what kind of teenager were you? Were you the exemplary teenager you're telling your kids you are? You were? Were you? Exactly. That's what I thought. So a word is always and forever enough for the wise. So I'm going to leave you guys with that suicide awareness moment for today. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. That's what I do. I help parents and their teenagers understand each other better. Okay? But mainly the parents, because the teenagers, they're good. They're good for the most part until we happen to them. All right? So please log onto my website. My son was supposed to be helping me put the link. Dubam, help me put the link, please, so the people can see. Monica says, I love you for doing this. I'm so grateful to be part of Suicide Awareness. Yes, that's what it is. If you've been touched by love, you need to spread it. So how are you guys going to spread the love? Share this video. Everyone that's watching me, please share this video. Let the people know. There are people that want to talk about suicide because somebody is going to die every 40 seconds. So however long I've been talking, you do the math. Okay? Hi, Ifeanyi. So that's all I had for you guys today. You know me. I'm your girl. I try to keep it real. Today we talked about Stephanie. Today we talked about what if your child said they hate you? What would you do? And if you don't know yet, every day I have a question of the day or the quote of the day on my page. Please follow me. Follow my Ask Dr. Lulu page. We have 3,000 followers. Yay! In 1 month since I started kind of becoming more active. So if you don't know yet, I also have a YouTube page called called Ask Dr. Lulu. We're going to try to save the lives one teen at a time. Okay? Thank you so much for watching me. I'll see you all next Sunday in all the 3 places. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll be back again with my suicide awareness moment. If you have any questions, holla at your girl. I am also working with about 5 parents right now, coaching them, and we're all learning together. So if you'd like to sign up for my coaching, please just click the link that my son is going to share with y'all today, I think. All right? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Peace out. Deuces.